Kyle Hiebert, MLS Next Pro Best 11. That's quite an honor.
Yeah, really proud of Kyle and happy for him. I think represents the collective. You don't get individual awards without a group of people behind you that are working with you, working for you. So, really happy for Kyle, but I think that says a lot about our team and our group.
But still, he apparently caught their attention. Whoever voted, did you guys vote on it? Did coaches vote on it?
Yeah, but we're not allowed to vote on it.
Is there a Coach of the Year award?
I think I won it, but that's just me.
You may be biased. A little biased. But only a little. Going into this playoff game, what's your level of concern about the offense and the way it's going right now?
It's the same problem we've had the last couple weeks. We're playing without a 9 or a true 9. So our version of playing with a false 9 or 2 10s. Just, we were better at it last week, and we continue to try to work on it. So, Celio being that false 9 for us is something that we certainly have to improve upon. When we were in Dallas, we did it with Vitor and Tomas. Last week we did it with Vitor and Celio arguably was in those at least 2 games the better version of it. So we're just trying to build on that.
With the situation now, does it really put a lot more emphasis on set pieces?
Yeah, but we have problems we have to solve from our game in Dallas, and one of those is how we stretch their back line a little bit with playing with more of a 9 than we did when we were playing there. And I think that kind of is going to be the yin and yang to the game. Can we do a better job of that, and can we prevent them getting going, which they certainly did early in that game against us.
Yeah, what did you see as the problems in the game in Arlington?
There were football lines on the field. We kicked off at noon.
What about your problems? Or problems they caused you?
Those were problems. They're a really good team, and they have some really good attacking players. We gave them time and space to get on the ball. We gave them time and space to hit these long switches to their wingers, and we can't do that. That's not who we are. That's not what we've done all year long. Again, that's the rub that I think we have to take away from them. And can we be a better team without playing with a true 9? So.
You broke the season up into thirds, 8-game pieces. So is this is obviously a new start, a new beginning?
Playoffs are always a new start. Everything that happened before is behind us, and now you're playing for the right to play again. We certainly want to play another game. But we know we're facing a great team in North Texas, and one that poses us some tactical problems, but we pose them tactical problems too. So if you think about the game we played here, we're playing on Sunday, we had a really good game against them here. And so I think we got to look at both of those contests, and it should be set up for a very challenging and interesting game.
In terms of preparation against a team you played a couple of weeks ago, is it better for that game was a loss than a win, or it doesn't matter in terms of preparation?
It's a good question. I like the fact that we have a little bit of angst in us, a little bit of right and the wrong. And I thought they were great on the day, and I didn't think we were very good. So the optimist in me believes we can play much better. And I think they have to play that good. So that's what we're going to try to offset.
So much of this season for MLS Next Pro is keen on development. Is it hard to kind of switch the mindset? I know winning helps with that development, but now it's playoffs. You guys just want to win, right?
Yeah, but I think you'll see our roster is, there's a lot of teenagers on there. And I said it to them after the game on Sunday, for them to play in a final regular season game with something on the line to win the Western Conference regular season, I mean, those are things that no coach can ever teach the teenagers or the guys that just came from college. These are invaluable developmental lessons. And yes, winning is a huge part of development. So when you can combine all that and still win and be in a position to now play for something like a playoff, it's fantastic.
Klaus Leuven still out, and you're not going to use Berkey?
No. You know, for the most part, we're going to go with the guys that got us here.
Mm-hmm. Are these guys, I mean, if this were an MLS season, are any of these guys well enough that they would have played? But it's just right now, if they're not 100%, you're not going to...
We're just trying to be really careful. You know, the guys you just mentioned are here to make sure that they get their preseason in, that they get their minutes, that they get fit and healthy, that they figure out what it's like to live in St. Louis, and you know, if they're going to the Grove to eat dinner, or they're going to the, you know, Tower Grove, whatever it is, you know, that's as much a part of what our plan and intention was. It's great to be here now, to have a team that's trying to win something, but again, we're trying to keep a lot of different objectives still in check, and feel very strongly about the group that got us here. Is a group that can still go and win this whole thing.
Yeah. So Ostrak, Jensen, and Pedro, who we've seen lately, would be...
Yeah, we have some of them that we want to get more game times for, some of them that we think need those minutes, some of them we think can help us.
Anybody else back this week or gone this week?
Ezra's back, which is nice. It looks good in training. I think that's everybody that I can think of.
Is he going to be available for Sunday?
Yeah, Ezra, I mean, how much, but certainly at left back, that'll help us.
Thinking about the number 9 position, will Tita and Caden Glover be available in case you want to make a change on that?
Yeah, we added Caden to the roster as an exception. You know, Dallas added a bunch of players because they have some national team call-ups. You know, I mean, they brought their number 2 goalkeeper down from the first team, so I think there's a good chance we would see him. We brought a 15-year-old and they brought a 32-year-old. So
With MLS experience.
that's pretty good.
Yeah, Glover, because he hadn't been on the roster 4 games, but there's some way to get him.
Yeah, we just said, hey, well, since we don't have any 9s, would you give us our 15-year-old? And they said yes. Very nice.
Very generous. Very nice. Nobody ever. He's the only exception you guys are getting.
He's the only one we went for. Yeah.
Top moments of this year for you, just a couple right at the top of your head.
I mean, they're like, for me, the top moments are that I get to come to work every day with a group of guys that go after it, and then we have a great staff that does the same thing, and that makes what we do so invaluable to all of us. You know, we're grinding. You know, it's 6 to 7 days for 8, 9 months at a time, and we're getting into that latter part of 9 months. So those are the things when you have success on top of it. But I'm very process driven, so I don't think about any one thing. The first game was amazing. You know, winning the Western Conference I think is an amazing accomplishment at the end of a body of work. But again, I always like to think of like the more personal moments with players and staff that we share, because we share so much that you guys unfortunately don't get to see, and that's the special part about being on the inside and being in the locker room.
Almost got 50 points.
Yeah, that pisses me off. Should have got 50 points.
You were thinking back to the Colorado game.
I mean, I can think back to some other missed opportunities, and even Sunday. You know, if we do that, we win that PK, we'll win 50 points. But at the end of the day, none of that matters. You know, none of that matters. We finished right where we wanted to be, number one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we were the number one seed. We won the West. I mean, that is a massive body of work, and it wouldn't have mattered if we had 60 points or 50 points.
Mm-hmm.
So we won, and that's the only thing that I think anybody remembers. Are you going to remember it? We only had 49?
Well,
You know,
next year, if
you
we're
probably will.
both still here, I'll bring it up. Yeah. You got a playoff game coming up. How exciting is that for this weekend?
So exciting. It's the culmination of 24 games of hard work to put ourselves in the best position we could be going into the playoffs. And guys are ready.
Are you guys in the best position? I mean, the offense the last few weeks has kind of not been producing a lot.
I mean, hey, we're the 1 seed. We got a home game. We're on our field. So yeah, like in terms of position now, we had really just the North Texas game was like the last time we didn't play exactly what we wanted, but the Houston game didn't get the result, but it was a high quality performance, as well as the Sporting KC was another high quality performance. So we feel good going into the playoffs.
So you're not concerned about 2 goals in the past 3 weeks?
No, not concerned at all. They'll come.
2 goals, one of which was by you. You know.
Yeah, I know. So I'm excited. Yeah, I want to keep up that kind of output.
And we think going back to that North Texas game. What do you take from that one down there?
Yeah, so I mean, it kind of was the reverse. When they first came here, we were the better team, and we got the result that was indicative of that. And then when we went there, they were the better team, and they got the result that was indicative of that. And we talked about, staying true to our principles, but at the same time, we have our principles of who we are, but we can adjust and we can tweak things to be better prepared, which we have done for them this third time around.
Did you guys get away from your game in that one?
Yeah, I think a little bit away from our game, and that hurt us, and a little bit away. I mean, regardless of principles, lost some key duels and some key matchups, and then no matter how you're pressing or how they're playing out, if you lose a lot of those 50-50 balls, the momentum's going to be strongly in their favor.
So you think the way you played the last 2 weeks, if you guys are just able to finish the chances that,
Yeah, I mean, the Sporting KC game, I thought we had quite a few really good opportunities and good looks. Their keeper made some good saves, and so, guys are working on finishing today, so hopefully those go in on Sunday.
Were you doing any more finishing work, or are you set?
Yeah, no, I'll do some more tomorrow. Yeah, I'll work on some more of the headers and see if I can't put one in against North Texas.
And then defensively, how does this team? Because there also have been some large goal scoring totals from other teams in the last few weeks.
Yeah, I mean, Sporting KC had 1. Yeah, I guess North Texas had 3. Yeah, they had 3, and then Houston had 1. So I do feel like when we look at in terms of chance creation, besides, again, probably the North Texas game being the outlier, we've done a really good job of chance creation. And like you see, if the team creates 2 or 3 quality looks, they might get 1. If we're that's where we're happy. If we're creating 5 or 6 or 7 or 8, we're expecting to get 2 or 3 or 4 goals.
After the way the season has gone, what does it mean? What would it mean to win this championship?
Oh, I mean, that would be huge, especially being like the first St. Louis City team to play professionally here. Building up for the MLS team next year, and then also it's the first time this league has ever been around. So it'll go down in history, the first inaugural winner of this championship.
Speaking of first, you were named to the best 11 for the for this league. What does that mean for you to get that honor?
I mean, huge honor. Super thankful for whoever did the work in choosing me, and then I mean more so. These things are special because of all the work collectively that goes into them, from my teammates and the coaching staff and people behind the scenes. So I think it's special for all of us.
Do you think you had a good season?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Work to improve, but yeah.
Kyle, during college you went through some rough time with injuries. Did you ever imagine you would make it so far and already have it signed an MLS contract for next year?
Yeah, I think I always believed it was hard, but even, I missed 2015 and then 2016 with knee injuries, and that was tough. But that makes these moments all the more sweet, and that makes the work you put in the meantime, you're super thankful to be healthy, and there's a certain drive and positivity that comes out of that. So rather than injuries, I think, hindering my career, I think they actually might have helped.
And you led the league in minutes this year.
Yeah, Hack took me out that one game. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do all.
Still mad about it.
Yeah.
But you still more than anybody else. So you other than the 4 or 6 minutes you missed in that in that one game. So
Yeah.
you must be feeling pretty good health-wise.
Yeah, no, I felt really good this season, which I've been very thankful for.
Obviously, you don't figure in this directly, but without having Josh or Klaus up there, just is it tough for the offense to replace those two guys, to work without them?
Yeah, we're not going to pretend like it's not a big loss not having those two guys. I mean, talking about goal output, assists, but it's so much more than that. You know, the presence that they have on the field draws defenders in, creates a lot of space underneath for some of our attacking midfielders.
Set pieces going to be important?
Huge. Yeah, I think the more crunch time games get, the more set pieces. Just need a goal on a set piece or just a moment. Either side will be very crucial.
And that's your chance, right?
There's my opportunity. Yeah.
What needs to happen with this team's offense to start scoring?
I feel like we've been creating a lot, and even in practice we've been doing a lot of finishing. And sometimes it's just a little detail for us to score. I think we need to be a little bit more clinical, and we'll get the goal for sure.
So you think that the chances are there? It's the finishing, or are the chances you're getting good enough?
I think the chances are there. We just gotta be more clinical, especially against Kansas in the second half. We had a bunch of chances. We just gotta execute it a little bit better.
Is there a concern about this? I mean, you guys, the last 3 games, there hasn't been a whole lot.
I mean, not really. We are focusing more on our defense first. So if we don't concede, we don't lose games. But of course, we also talk about it. But I mean, defense first. But the goals are just gonna come naturally.
Defensively, then, how do you feel about how this team is doing?
I mean, I feel pretty confident about it. But yeah, we're doing fine. We're adjusting some things, and I mean, we are positive about Sundays.
Are you excited about a playoff game, about having gotten to this point?
Oh, for sure. Especially because the fans are showing up even at SIUE, and it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
How fun was last week in winning the conference, even if you didn't maybe go in on the best of notes?
Yeah, it was a little weird. I'm not gonna lie. Even when I was on the field, I wasn't really sure if we won it or not. But of course, it felt great. It's a long season, and end up first. It's a great feeling.
How was your role or your duties differed in this period where without a 9, without Klaus and John?
Yeah, I mean it's tough without them. I was talking to Klaus and Josh yesterday, and I was, because they create a lot of space for us. They do make a lot of runs in behind, and it makes our game much easier. So we're definitely missing them.
Thinking about North Texas, you guys played them a couple of weeks ago. What were some of the takeaways from that game?
Yeah, on that game, we were the first thing that we talked about is it's our distance between lines. So we felt like we were way too stretched. So for this game, we'll try to first be more compact, and then go from there.
How have you felt about your season?
So far, I really liked it. I think I'm being consistent in games. My stats are alright. Haven't been that good, but I think I'm doing really good, consistent over past games.
Think you made a case for MLS for next season?
I hope so. I mean, I'm confident about it. So let's see.
I think what else? What has this season been like for you, just from starting in January to get to now, and the long road?
I mean, it's my first professional season, and I never had a season this long, and it's crazy how it goes by so quick. We started in January, and now we're in the end of September, and we're going into the playoffs, and I'd say it couldn't be any better.
Is it? What have you learned? And and then having the internationals come in, it's just been a lot of different aspects, it seems, to this season.
I mean, it's good to see because everyone has a different point of view of the game, and especially with the old guys like Roman, more experienced guys coming from Bundesliga, you definitely learn a lot from them.
You said it couldn't get any better. I can think of one way it probably could get better if you guys win a couple more games to end the season. I know the goal is to get to the MLS, but is it easy for you to focus on the fact that you guys want to go and win a championship right now in MLS Next Pro?
Yeah, I mean, we have 2 goals obviously, but our first goal now is definitely to go for that cup, and lifting the first ever MLS Next Pro Cup is something to be grateful for.